Good morning, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Is that Harini?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Can you all come on? Are we all there? Is everybody there? Can you all put on your videos? I'm waiting for all of you to put on your videos. All right, so we have asset system Raichur, Infotech. Okay. Who is this? Okay. Okay, so who will recap all whatever we have learned so far? Who is going to go ahead and quickly recap whatever we've learned so far in the sessions that I have undertaken? Can you type in the chat box? So today I'm not going to repeat questions. I'm just going to ask, and I'll be as silent as everybody else, and then we'll wait. Okay? I think you all understand, right? So I'm just going to ask once, and then after that I'll wait for some time without repeating the question. So one final time I'm going to ask, who's going to recap whatever we've learned so far? Yeah, can you type in the chat box? Can you type your name and whoever wants to? Yeah, so we have Sriram Kamath. I'm Abhijit from Vaishali Computers, Srishti Infotech. So Srishti Infotech, who's going to speak from Srishti Infotech? I need the person, the company. I mean, who's the person who's going to speak?
Sriram Kamath. Sriram Kamath.
Yeah, okay, fine. So that I understood there. Okay. So type, when you're asked to type in the chat box, please type the name of the person. Sriram, you've already written your name. Anybody else wants to speak from that center, they can also speak. Okay, so only two, is it? Only two people I have, Abhijit and Sriram. Rest of the others don't want to recap. Okay. Okay, Sriram, go ahead and recap whatever we've learned in the, so interviews are over. We've already done all the interviews. So I just want to I want to recap everything that was done quickly so that we can move on to the next topic.
Yes. Can I start, sir?
Yes, please start.
So in the previous class, there were mock interviews that were made. There were 15 questions that you had answered us. Almost 15 questions, yeah. Everybody from different centers asked those questions. And in the mock interview itself, you cleared those questions. How should we answer those questions? with the example.
Okay, so thank you, Shri Ram. Thanks. That was a recap of the process, whatever we did, right? But when I meant recap, I actually want to understand what are your key learnings. What we did is okay. We did this, we did that, and all that. And what I want to know is what is the learning that you all have had in the last few sessions where we've had interviews. What are the key learnings and what were the key observations? What did you understand? How have you improved over the last 3-4 sessions? What is the improvement that you have seen in your approach to doing this whole thing? That's what I want to know, right? What have you learned? What will you change? What have you understood? Those kind of things. Okay. Yeah, anyone? So there'll be maybe some 5, 6, 7, 10 points that you would have captured during these 3-4 sessions that we had. So I want all of you to hear what's going on, and you can all raise your hands and or chat your name in the type your name in the chat box, and each one of you is going to maybe spell out 1 or 2 points or whatever points come to your mind. But please remember, you will have to listen to the others. You cannot repeat the same point. Whatever point someone else has already said, if you repeat the same point, you're going to be disqualified from the game. So that's the game, okay? And you'll get negative points, which means to say you have to listen to everybody else instead of just jumping into saying your point, okay? Please listen to the others, understand the point, and then if you have a different point to make, please state your different point. Okay, so we may have 5, 6, 7, 10 or whatever number of points that we have, which are basically learnings from the last 3-4 sessions, right? Wherever we had interviews and all of that. So can you all start? Who wants to start? I mean, quick. That's the meaning of recap. Yeah. Okay, Shri Ram, you want to start? You can state 1 or 2 or whatever number of points you remember. Okay, 1 or 2 points. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
So for the first question, like if the interviewer asks for us to like introduce ourselves, so we shouldn't like talk about our hobbies, other activities and all. We should talk about the educational qualifications, the important certifications that are needed for that, which field we have applied for, and we should talk about our ambitions, like what are we interested in the similar field. We should talk about that.
Okay, so I will look at this sequentially. So thanks, Shri Ram. Yeah, so you made a good point. Yeah, I mean, I don't mean to say it's not like you have to do this and you don't have to do that. Don't be so, what do you mean? Don't be so, you can't say, I will not do this, I will do this and this and that like that. Basically, the basic approach is you have to sound very enthusiastic about the role. Try to highlight whatever you can about yourself, which is related to the role and the organization, rather than talking irrelevant topics, right? I like red color, I like blue color, or I like mountaineering. All that is not relevant for the job role, right? Unless you are specifically asked, what are your hobbies? What do you do outside your work? Do you have any other extracurricular interests? Those kind of questions, if they come up, then you should answer intelligently. Even then, you should not be talking about, I like to watch TV and I like to while away time. That is I like sleeping. Those are not the kind of hobbies you want to highlight. You can highlight, I like to read motivational books. I like to go cycling. I like to go hiking, or something interesting, which is going to tell them something positive about you, right? But that is when you're asked. But if you're asked to introduce yourself, you have to already prepare your introduction. That is the whole purpose of going for an interview, right? That is a preparation. You have to prepare an answer, assuming that you will be asked that question. That will be most probably the very first question in all interviews, right? At least at your level. So tell us about yourself. You have to tell something which is interesting, exciting, which shows that you are enthusiastic about that company, that role, that technology, that space, and you're so excited about that. That's the energy that should come out from that answer. Basically, that's the idea. Okay, all right. Okay, what's the next point? Who wants to go for the next point? Okay, I'm going to pick up the names from here. So Shriram, I'll come back to you again in case we have a gap, we have a pause. Somebody, so that we don't keep going to and fro. Anyone else from Srishti Infotech wants to say any other point?
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. Tell me.
My name is Suman from District Protect.
Hmm?
Suman, my name is Suman.
Yeah, tell me, Sumant. Yeah.
So I have learned that we should give the answer as like interview expectations, like what they expect from us to that field. So how we passionate about that field. So these are the expectations from the interview. We should give the answers like about their expectations. So like uh, yesterday the class, like I got role play, so I blocked it there. That
No,
time.
so I'm not able to understand what your point is. Anybody else? Anyone else is able to understand what your point is? You have to explain the point. Like Shriram said, when asked this question, this is how we need to answer. Can you make your point very clear? Because I'm not able to understand what your point is.
Yes, sir. Just like he said that hobbies like reading, mountaineering.
No, don't relate to him. Your point has to be a new point. I already told, right? You can't repeat the same point. Tell me what is your point. What is the question that you're trying to answer and how you will answer that? Maybe that's how you want to structure your thought.
We should be confident in our answer. We should be confident. Like
That's a very general thing, Sumant. That's a very general point. I mean, that anyway, everybody has to be confident. That's not a very relevant point. Yes, you have to be confident, definitely. But what is, okay, so we will, is that all you wanted to say or anything else? Okay. Anybody else from Srishti Infotech? Okay. We will move on to Abhijit from Vaishali Computers.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, Abhijit, go ahead.
So I would make a point on like when they ask us like first in the start, say about yourself. Instead of just being a sole lad, give the exact point like saying who you are and what. Then after we just need to directly go what exactly you have done with your projects and why. What makes it relate to the exact you're applying for the current position or the, to the company. That is the one.
Okay, very good point. However, yeah, so you added to previous point which Sriram added. So you're talking about your projects and all of that. So that is good. So so I will still give it to you. I don't think you're repeating. So fine, fair enough. Okay, what else? So can you give an example? Like what will you talk about and what kind of a project?
For example, I want to take the let us take the
Anil.
Yes,
Anil,
sir.
this is the professor this side. Anil, you have given your last month's evaluation because I'm going to declare the star.
Yeah, sir, I'm going to share. Sir, your voice is breaking. Yeah, your voice is breaking, but I understood. So immediately after, immediately after this session today evening, I will be sharing.
Wonderful. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Carry on, Anil. Sorry.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
so,
please.
Even giving an example, I would let me take like the sessions or the course what I'm undergoing now. So once if we complete it and then if we are going to an interview, so I would state like whatever the assignments or the projects what we have done here and what we have achieved or what exactly we have done and what is the main points we have gone through. So that would be
okay, I understood that. Can you give an example? If you were asked this question, how would you answer that question?
Yes. So in that case, the course I have selected is IoT with Python. So I have worked on the air pollution with the air pollution monitoring system. So I would explain them with the air pollution monitoring system why, what's the exactly the useful with that, and what exactly is monitoring.
So don't tell me. I will explain to them. I want you to answer that question.
I got.
Yeah.
So I have done my project on air pollution monitoring system with my group mates of 3, and my role was exactly building the an Arduino board UNO with connecting with all the sensors, having with connecting of C2O, CO2, and in all the oxides to have a note down of the values exactly what exactly the pollution is coming out from the industries, and to transfer to the things peak, that is the one web service, and that is the inter between the hardware and the connectivity of application, which we have done, and that is usually we'll be getting the values from that, and it helps in controlling exactly the value where it doesn't pollute more, and helps in the industries to maintain the exact level in for complete maintaining the good. This is the one project what we have done with related to IoT with the Python.
Okay, so so I'm assuming it is relevant for that job role, and you're connecting it with the job role and how you will do. Okay,
Yes.
what is your name? What is your name? Sorry,
Abhijit. Abhijit.
Abhijit, right? Just hold on. Yeah.
He is now telling that.
Yeah, Abhijit. So this is any other point you wanted to say, Abhijit?
And during this, we even have customer, I mean, the reviews to the related people, where it would have helped us to having the survey of what exactly the main pollution is going on. That is one point I wanted to add to this.
Okay, so firstly, I want to congratulate you, Abhijit. You seem to be much better prepared than last time. Today, you seem to have prepared well for these questions, and I'm happy that you've picked up something from these sessions and you're, answering accordingly. I was just trying to see your, previous answers and what you spoke and all of that. You are Abhijit from Vaishali Computers, right? Okay. All right. Anybody else from Vaishali Computers wants to recap any other? So we have 2 points. We will go till 10 points. Okay. Maximum 10 points. Any other points? Anybody else? Okay. Abhijit, you're done. Sumant. Sumant was the person who spoke, right? Okay. Madan Kumar from SH System. Can we move to Madan Kumar from SH System? Yes. Yeah, please go ahead. Who is Madan Kumar from SH System? I can see SH System on the screen. Who is Madan Kumar? Is that the blue shirt person or the green shirt? Okay, so why don't you go ahead? I can't hear you. I think you're muted. SH System, Raichur, you're muted. So that's why we can't hear you. Mm-hmm. Now I think we can hear you.
First of all, sir, we should leave some doubts to interview, sir.
Okay, my another point is we are stuck at that introduction question only. Are there, I think it's not the only question we discussed, right? There were many questions. This may be the last answer around that question. Okay, we are only talking about how to introduce ourselves. I want points from the other areas also, right? Okay, go ahead, Madan. Whatever your point is, whatever your new point is, please go ahead and explain that.
So when we go for interview, sir, as usual, interviewer asks many questions. We don't know questions of what the interviews, what he has decided to ask us. So
Okay, another point. Madan, if you're ever going for an interview, I know this classroom setup, it's maybe you're just outside the road or something, but you should be definitely in a quieter place. Okay, you can't have so much of noise outside and all of that. So anyway, go ahead. If the windows are open and all of that, try to make sure that it's quieter environment. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So we don't know what interview going to ask us, what he has decided to ask. So we have to make him ask what we have decided, sir. Like we have to leave him some doubts, sir. So he can ask based on those doubts, sir. Like we have to mention some projects, sir. By telling we have done some assignments, some projects. The next question will be is going to ask us that what you have done, what type of projects you have done. Like this type of questions he will raise in front of us. And then
Okay,
next thing is
hold on.
we
So
should
that's a wonderful point, Madan. That is a very good point. I think I want to give you an applause for that. Yeah, that's a very good point. Where this is called leading the person to ask you those questions. So if you tell them about a project that you have done very well and you're confident about that project, when you talk about that, you are giving them an opportunity to ask them more about that project rather than they themselves going and asking you about areas which you may not be very confident or comfortable with, right? So that's a very good point. But having said that, you should be very well prepared with that project. You should not throw some topics where you're not so well prepared and then they will start asking you questions, then you will put yourself in a corner actually, right? So be well prepared, and it is a good approach to talk about that project or maybe that area. There are good chances, even then it is not a guarantee, but there are good chances that they may ask you about your project and they may have the whole discussion around that particular project or related areas, right? So there is a higher chance you are giving them topics to discuss which you are confident about. So that's a very good point, Madan. Yeah. Okay, what is the next point? So I think we'll give others a chance, Madan. We will go to other people because we don't want to exhaust all the points with very few. But there are so many people, students, right? What I want to see is how are the others, understanding the points. Anybody else from SH System Raichur wants to state any point? Okay, so we will move on to Apurva from Comtech Dharwad. Apurva from Comtech Dharwad, can you please state your point?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
From previous session, I have learned the 3 points from that. So, firstly is why should I hire you? I learned that because I have.
Okay, Apurva, one point, feedback. If you are giving an interview, I mean, if you're appearing for an interview, don't be in a place where your voice is echoing like it is echoing now. It is echoing very much. It is, see, all these are distractions. Okay, I can understand maybe now you can't change your position, but when you appear for an interview, please make sure that you are in a place where there is no disturbance, there are no sounds, and your voice is not echoing. All of these are distractions, because more than your answer, the first thing that is coming to my ears is your echo, which is, I will not be feeling so happy about it. I will like to cut it off as soon as possible, right? So, I mean, psychologically. So, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, state your point.
Yes, sir. Why should I hire you? So, in that case, I would like to answer. How my talent are related to the company, the organization, the work which I have dedicated to company, or how much the time we take to the do work, time to take to do work. So time management and how smartly we work to the organization and how cost effectively we work. So these are the points which I have learned in the why should I hire you. So secondly, in how pressure you will work. How pressure you will work. If I am in your company, if I get any pressure into our team, so I will work according to the priority of the work. which work should be given prioritized so that the work should be completed within a time or this much. I will train my teammates how the effectively and how smartly to do work. And thirdly, I have learned how the etiquettes of dressing etiquettes of the interviews.
Okay, so you stated 3 points. I didn't want to stop you, but what was the third point?
The etiquettes, dressing etiquettes.
What etiquettes? Dressing. Okay, dressing.
How
Okay,
we present,
okay.
how well we are, the body language.
Okay, got it. Good points. Okay, who else? So we've covered 3, 4, 5, 6 points. Okay, next we'll go to Jyoti from Kavita Computers. Jyoti.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, Jyoti.
Sir, during work pressure, how can we handle ourselves? So, by doing some exercise and some meditation regularly, we can boost our energy.
Okay, that's a good point, Jyoti. But that's not one of the, see, everybody may not be doing meditation. Everybody may not be doing exercise. I don't know. So those are all personal ways of handling stress. Each one has a different way of handling stress. I just gave some examples. Okay. So if you're asked about that question about how you handle stress and things like that, which is not going to be the main question, which will be maybe one of the questions in the middle or maybe towards the end of the interview, you can think and answer intelligently. Like you said, yeah, you can tell what you honestly do and how you honestly handle stress in a proper way, right? So that's the way. Yeah, okay, good point. Okay, who else? Now we have Chetan from Sharp. Chetan.
Sir.
Chetan from Sharp Computer.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Chetan.
Yes, sir. In our role play, we got to know that it is not that much good to ask the question to the interviewer in between our interview. We need to, keep the questions in our mind, and we can ask at the end of the interview.
Yeah, so you can ask at the end, provided you are, if they give you an opportunity to ask. If they ask you to, you should sense the thing. I mean, in the middle, obviously, it's not a very good etiquette to ask questions because you have gone to answer questions, right? And towards the end, if they ask you if you have any questions for us, then you can ask some intelligent 1 or 2 questions. That also don't keep on going on with a list of 5, 6 questions. It's just a etiquette to test. Basically, they want to know whether you have intelligent questions or not. It's not like they really want to answer your questions at that point of time, because there will be more discussions and more opportunities to interact with you if you're really selected, right? The idea is to evaluate you in the interview. So everything that they ask is actually an evaluation of you, right? They're trying to evaluate your this thing. So you should be conscious of that. Okay, good point. Pooja from Kavita Computers.
Good evening, sir.
I think 6, 7 points already. Yeah, maybe 3 more points. And yeah, Pooja, go ahead.
So even we can learn how to turn our weakness into strength, sir.
Okay, that's very easy. Easier said than done. But how will you convert? It's easy to say I will convert weakness into strength and all that, but you all have to think about it.
Yes, sir.
Don't give artificial answers. You have to think about your weakness. If there is a weakness which can be presented as a strength, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes,
but
sir.
if it is a weakness which can't be, then you don't have it. Supposing you are lazy.
Yes,
let's
sir.
say you are you can't say being lazy is a strength, right? I mean, yes. I don't know. I mean, different people can be a little creative and, they can still say certain things. But what I'm trying to say is, say, for example, if you are very, you take a lot of time to do certain things, you may think it is a weakness, but actually you're taking time to do things because you're very detail oriented and you actually like to look at every angle of that problem and solve that from every angle so that you give a very complete and holistic, solution. That could be the reason why you take time instead of just hurrying up things. So therefore, while it may be looked at as a weakness, but it's actually a strength. I mean, you're actually very detail oriented. So I'm just giving you an example. We discussed all this in the previous sessions. So okay, valid point. One last point from someone else. Some last points from someone else. Okay, I need the chart. Hold on. You are Kavita from Kavita Computers, Gulbarga. One second, hold on. Kavita Computers, Gulbarga. Pooja and okay. Who else was there who spoke from Kavita Computers? That lady, green.
Jyoti.
Jyoti, yeah. Jyoti. Okay, Jyoti, you also seem to be slightly better prepared than last time, than your interview today. So, okay, I'm happy you're at least learning, right? So that's good. Okay, who else answered? I'm just trying to make a. Meanwhile, one or two. While I'm looking at all these names, if anyone has any other points, I want to discuss those. Chetan from Sharp Computers, Belgavi. Sharp Computers. Okay, Chetan, if I am not mistaken, is Chetan there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Can you come back? Okay. Chetan, you were the, I mean, I'm now, because anyway, all the evaluations and everything is over. You actually answered saying that you like to go for long drives and all that, right?
Yes,
yeah?
sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, anyway, after that, you again did some sessions, and we had that, last time we had that role play. So can you say you like to go for long drives? And I mean, is that the first thing that you will talk about when you're asked to introduce about yourself? Introduce you?
After
Sorry?
going to the corrections, I would not tell that, sir. If the session is going good, then I would probably think of, but
No. What I'm trying to say is thinking about long drives itself is, I mean, there's no point unless they ask you for a specific, that's what I told you, right? So long drives is irrelevant to this job, interview actually, isn't it? You might like doing it, but only in the end, if they want to know you as a casual, this thing, what you are and all of that, then you can talk about it.
just like you asked, sir, like, do you intend to take holidays and go for a long drive? I usually take, sometimes, like you said, no, sir. Like if you mentioned before me, then I can continue that conversation. Or else, I should not bring.
So what I'm trying to say, Chetan, is even if they ask you that question, it is not going to be a main part of that interview. The interview, in most likelihood, they will not ask all these things. If you take a leave, what will you do and all of that, unless it is some kind of a question to evaluate you,
Yes.
right? But in general, what I'm trying to say is these topics, try to avoid all these kind of, casual topics in the interview. You should not bring them up in the interview. In your introduction, if they ask you to introduce yourself, you should not bring up this topic. You can, so we already discussed what you should talk about. You should, this is for everybody, you should focus all your discussion around the role and your enthusiasm for that particular role and that company. Right, because they already have a very limited time, 20 minutes or half an hour or whatever time, and they're spending with each candidate, right? With every candidate, they're spending so much time. They want to evaluate whether the candidate is relevant for that job role or not whether that candidate has got so many extracurricular activities and how he will do all these engagements. That's not the requirement, right, in the office, unless that role is demanding those kind of things. So in your, since you're all planning to appear for technical and IT roles and all of that, at least at your level, what they want to understand is your acumen for that topic subject. And if you're a team player, if you're an energetic person, and if you like working in groups, and have you done any projects in this space, those kind of things. Okay. All right. So yeah, when I saw your name and answered, so you did pretty well last time compared to your first attempt, Chetan. So want to kind of, okay, Chetan is done. Jyoti is done. Apurva from Comtech Dharwad had spoken today. Apurva from Comtech Dharwad. Apurva. Okay. Who else spoke? Madan Kumar from SH Systems. Madan Kumar from SH Systems. Okay. Okay, who else wants to speak? Sumant and Abhijit from Vaishali Computers. Vaishali Computers, Abhijit. Okay. Okay, some last point we had. Megha, yeah, Megha, can you speak up? That's the last one.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Megha. Yeah.
While giving the interview, you have to be realistic, sir. In the last role play, I did a mistake that as a fresher, I am going to give the my contribution in the top performance of the company, sir, that you have corrected in our role play, sir.
Okay, good point. Yeah, you have to be realistic. What do you mean by realistic? Can you elaborate? You can't say, artificial things like I will turn around the company, I will bring your company to the top. Just don't say things for the heck of it. Don't say things just like that. You have to mean what you say. You have to. So how will you make a realistic contribution to the company? Let's try and understand what. So at your level, if you're a fresher, how will you make a good contribution to the company? What are the things you can do so that they appreciate that, yes, this is a good, she's going to be an asset for my company? What are those kind of things? How will you explain that? I'm not saying you should not say, you should say, but say things realistically. Like what are the things they will do? Example.
As a fresher, we have technical skills, sir.
Yeah, technical skills are fine. So you bring excellent technical skills. I'm a good team player and
Yes.
I can manage my time
Hardworking.
very well, right? Those kind of things. And I think these are all qualities you look for in a candidate because you have projects, right? When you're answering, I'm saying you can answer like this. You have projects, you have large projects which which are deadline bound. So I, as a person, I'm very meticulous at managing my time. I'm a good team player. I'm a friendly person. These are all things you can say. That's why I will be a valuable asset to your company. And all these things on top of my technical abilities, which I bring to the company, right? So that is why I'll be a very good, addition to your company. And I'll be very happy to work in your company. Things like that you can say at your level, you can talk about these things, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, good point. Megha from SSC Haveri. Okay, let me just mark you also. SSC Haveri. SSC Haveri. Megha. Where is your name? Okay. Fine. Okay. All right. So I think we've covered quite a few points, and the rest of the points you all anyway have, looked at in the interview sessions. So today what we will do is, I have one more here, Shalini from Kavita Computers. Suddenly Shalini woke up after all this. She remembered, okay, Shalini, I'll give you one more turn. I'll give you a chance. Yeah, Shalini. It has to be a new point, okay? Different from the others. Shalini, please speak up. Shalini, you typed. Shalini, I think there's a Shalini who typed from Kavita Computers. If you want to speak, this is your chance. All right. So I'm going to quickly show something. I don't think she wants to speak. So I will quickly show something on the screen. We will, you all have had other sessions also previously by other experts and all of that. And you all, spoke about, you all discussed and, I believe discussed about a lot of new age technologies and things like that, right? So I'm just going to show one slide, and I'm going to ask you all a few things. Just give me a moment so that I can share my screen. Meanwhile, Shalini, are you ready? If you want to speak, you still have a chance. Okay. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, sir. Emerging technologies.
So, see, you all learned about, so don't get overwhelmed by this. It's just a slide. Okay, don't get, in case you're getting the idea today is, because today you all have technical knowledge about different areas. You're maybe doing some development, or you're learning deep into some topics of some kind of programming or some kind of development, or maybe some of you are learning something in data science, or some of you are learning something in big data and things like that. But when you're going for an interview, one more, all this is for preparing you for a role, right? So that's the reason I'm bringing up these topics. So try to, I know if you've not done that already, but as I understand, you had other sessions where you had some introduction to different areas like, drones and this and that, all of those. You had some presentations around that, and, you spoke about all of those things. So when you're going for an interview, go with, or when you are appearing for a role, go with that enthusiasm about that technology, not just, don't just think about, I want to be a programmer, I want to be a developer, and, it's not like you're just going and doing something on the computer and coming back, right? Or the laptop, or the system and coming back. You need to be excited about that technology where you're going to contribute. Maybe the company is doing something in the space of, so these are all emerging technologies, right? There are a lot of emerging technologies which are driving the wave of innovation. Because of these technologies, there is a lot of innovation that is happening in the world around us. We are seeing so many apps, so many new solutions, so many new ways of doing things. All that is happening because of these emerging technologies. So my advice to you, or suggestion is, try and pick up at least one of these areas, or if you're appearing for a company which is working in a certain area, try to learn about that, understand that a little more from a practical perspective, not just about your coding and programming and the nitty-gritty of it, which is very important. You need to be technically sound in doing that. What I'm trying to say is, show some enthusiasm for these areas, right? You can, if you are interested in something to do with IoT, or you like robotics, or you like the area of artificial intelligence or machine learning. There are so many areas, right? And I'm sure you all have gone through some of those topics, and in some of the other previous other sessions with some other experts. So, but all that is not coming out in your interviews. When I did the interviews, you did not speak up. And I think even sir was pointing out that you were not trying to bring that out in your interviews, in your answers. That thing was not coming out. So today, what we will do is, we will look at some of these areas that you have already undergone, and I want to see what you all have learned, right? How will you present that when you're talking? Even the course that you have done, even at the 2 hours or 3 hours of discussion that you've had or learned something, that itself is something which you can highlight, right, in your interviews. I learned about this and I found this very interesting, and these are the things that are there in this area, and I find that very interesting. So what we are going to do today is, can I get some answers in the chat box? You can all answer like you answered your names and all you type. Can I ask you to type some of the technologies that you got aware of in the previous sessions, all of these sessions, not only mine, but the other areas. Can you type some of those technologies or what are the interesting topics that you learned? Can you start typing? Okay, someone. So just type your name and type your name and the topic. Okay, so I know who's actually, because if it's Srishti Infotech, I don't know who's writing that. Aradhya, no code AI, artificial intelligence, Chirag, virtual reality, cyber security. Okay. What else? Virtual reality, artificial intelligence. I thought you also discussed about drones and all of that, right? Someone, yeah, there was some session, drone, Madan Kumar Asset Systems, machine learning, smart city in IoT. Yeah. See, these are all exciting terms. These are all exciting. This is what will excite. The companies are doing, the company is not doing programming and development. That is not the company's main. The company's main job is to provide some solutions in the industry, right? That is why companies exist. They exist because they provide some solutions to some problems. And they either have some products or they have some services or some solutions which solve some business problem or some problem in the world around us with some of these technologies, right? So you should show that enthusiasm and excitement about these things. Cyber attacks and employee awareness, robotic process automation, cyborg, okay. Okay, a lot of things, a lot of new things. Some of them even I may not know in a lot of detail. You all know more than me, right? So we're going to play another game today. Okay, we're going to play another game. So we will do role plays. All of those who have typed all of these, they are going to be the participants. Okay, they're going to be the participants of this game. So now all of them are thinking, why did I type? Why did I type? Okay, so instead of so we're going to get into so you all have learned about these things, and I'm assuming it is not just the terms. You have really learned about these things to some extent, right? So like we had the role play last time, we will again have a role play where one of you is going to ask the questions and the other one is going to answer those questions. The area of discussion is going to be around these topics. Each one of you can pick up whoever has written about these. So let's see now, okay, who all have picked up. Okay, now that you've picked up all these topics, it'll all be first come, first serve. So we're not going to, we're not going to give, whoever wants to pick up something, they can pick it up and we will have a discussion. For example, let's say Srishti Infotech, one of you, they say that we will talk about, they were the first to answer, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look at the chat. Extended reality. So what does that really mean? Okay, so the situation is like this. The role play is like this. Two of you will be sitting in that from that center, and the question that the interviewer is going to ask is, tell me about some of the projects that you have done, or tell me about some of the technologies that you are interested in, or what are the latest emerging technologies that you're aware of, and things like that, right? Some question you can prepare like that. And in response to that, the other candidate, the candidate has to answer around that topic, extended reality. Whatever you have learned in the previous sessions, you need to frame your answer accordingly and explain in a nice way so that it excites and enthuses the other person, the person who's asking that question, and all of us also here. We should be able to learn about that topic from you today, a little bit at least. If not, I'm not expecting you to train us end to end, but yeah, you should be able to at least explain that to us. And then that person can ask maybe further questions, one or two questions. Okay, can you tell me a little more about what is this particular, how does that really help in the what kind of solutions are formed using that technology. 1 or 2 or 3 questions he can ask, he or she can ask, and the candidate can answer around that. And the whole discussion is around that particular topic, that particular area. Okay, so you will all have some time to prepare for this. And in the meanwhile, you can ask me questions. I'm here. So like last time you took about, I think 10-15 minutes to prepare. You can again take 10-15 minutes to prepare, but we will need to make the teams ready for that. Okay, so I want the teams who will, so can you type in the chat box the teams from different centers who are going to participate. Yeah, all this work you're going to do. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to observe you. Like last time you did, I think okay, Muskan and Halima Raichur about drones. Okay, so who will make a list of all these teams? Who will make a list of all these teams? Who will volunteer to, okay, anyway, that is there here. Who will make a list of all these teams? Who will volunteer to note down the teams? Okay, anyway, you're typing in the chat box, so we will look at this. Nobody wants to volunteer, right? So it's fine. So we have Muskan and Halima, asset system Raichur about drones. Sumant and Shriram from Srishti Infotech about what? About, okay, XR, okay, extended reality. Okay, so we have 2 teams that are ready. Which are the other teams? See, you all went through these sessions. Extended reality, yeah, I know. So you all went through these sessions. So only 2 of you are prepared, means all the others had not, either they were not paying attention or they're not confident. So whatever you, so this is an opportunity for you to revise what you learned in those sessions. You have time also, 10 to 15 minutes you will have, not more than that, to revise and prepare also, right? So why don't you take this opportunity? So this has to be a little more, so this is deeper than, you know, tell me about yourself and all of that. So when you get into that detail of that, you can actually talk about your project or your interest in that particular technology, why you are excited about that technology and all of that, right? Sandhya and Altafim from Chirag Infotech, what is the topic? What is the topic? So we have 2 teams already. Ethical hacking. Okay. We have 2. So we will assume that the company is, you know, having that area. I mean, in this case, since we are doing a role play, we will assume that in your case, whichever team is participating in that particular area, they are appearing for an interview related to that particular topic. So you will get an idea of how you will answer all these questions and to what depth you can go and what all you can discuss, right? Okay, who else? Only 3 teams. So another 2-3 minutes. Making the teams itself is making us, you know, we're spending about 10 minutes in that. I should have expected, you know, already all these, so many topics are still left out. Robotic process automation, cyber attacks. I think you all mentioned about smart city and IoT. Nobody wants to talk about it. Okay, in the meanwhile, the others can start preparing. Okay, those who have already given their names, they can start preparing. 3 teams as of now. No, not 3. 1, 2, yeah, 3. So it's 4:26, around 4:30 now. So we will have 10 minutes for preparing. Okay, you will prepare for this for 10 minutes. By 4:40, we will start. Okay. Meanwhile, the others can, give in their names. Teams. One center can have more than 2 teams also. One center can have more than 2 teams also. There's no restriction on how many teams can come from a center. We had about 5-6 topics and we only got 3: drones, extended reality, and ethical hacking. No one is going to talk about smart products, robotic process automation, cyber attacks, cyber smart city, and all of that, all these topics that you picked up. Who is this Vajida Raichur? Sir, should we ask all questions like interview or only about technology? No. So this is not an interview again. I mean, it's not like that. Tell me about yourself and all of that. You have to start directly about this. Now it's about this technology. The question, the first question, it's not, you have to assume you're in the middle of the interview. Okay, you have to assume you are in the middle of the interview. And now the question is, so tell me about your, something about your project, or tell me about the technologies that you are passionate about, something like that. That is your preparation. You have to prepare those questions. So you're in the middle of the interview, and then now you're getting deeper into these topics. It's not about tell me about yourself and what are your, where are you from and all of that. No. Okay, Vajida, if you want to do this, you will have to find a partner. No, I wanted to do about smart products using IoT. So who's your, which is your center, and can you pick up someone from the center with whom you can partner to do this? Someone can help Vajida, please.
No, Anil, why only 3 teams? There should be by now 25 to 30 teams. I don't know. What is it? You are asking something which they have learned, right?
I know. So I am surprised that there aren't any candidates. They only know about the topics.
L2, what is this? Quickly. I want 5 minutes. I want the topics in. Why do you want only the firing to happen? Then only you people will come. I am seeing everything. I want in the next 5 minutes at least 7 to 8 teams with topics which you have learned. Otherwise, L2, you are not teaching them anything. It's very clear. They are just taking it as one theory class. 5 minutes. And I want the topics to be given to Anil sir. Very clear. 5 minutes, I will come again. I'll take it what Anil has got. Anil has got 3 teams till now. 5 minutes and let me see how many teams come.
If it is not clear to you, please ask me questions. I'm also offering you can ask me any questions if you have, like Halima asked me, right? And I answered. If you're not clear about what needs to be done, you can still ask me. But you all have gone through those sessions, right? So at least something you will be able to speak around those topics. So I'm not, you need, and you have time to prepare also. Look at your notes or whatever you've taken down and, prepare for that. Vidya and Chetan from Sharp Computers. Okay.
Anil, as long as it is 12 teams, it is okay because each center can adopt 1. You have given a chance for 2, but even at least I want 1 from each center. So there are 13 centers means 13 teams. As simple as
Correct.
that.
Correct.
That's it.
So while you're all doing this, I'm making a note of all these teams. Okay.
Anil, how
Okay,
many
I'll
teams
give
you have
you.
got?
Sorry, yeah, I'm just.
many
I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams.
5 teams. Which are those teams, Anil, if you may say so?
Yeah, I will mention those. So first one is from Shri SH
SS system.
Systems,
Okay, fine.
Raichur.
Shweta. Very good. Shweta,
Muskan and
great job.
Halima.
Next.
Then
Halima.
Suman.
Good. Raichur. Okay.
Then Sumant and Shriram from Srishti Infotech.
Srishti Infotech. Very good, Ashwin. Okay.
And Sandhya and Altafim from Chirag Infotech.
Chirag Infotech, I think Umme Azma, right? Very good. Next.
Then Vidya and Chetan from Sharp Computers.
Vidya and Chetan, Sharp Computers. I think Anupama Patil. Very good. What next?
And Abhijit and Madhu from Vaishali Computers.
Vaishali Computers means your this guy, or Altaf. Very good. What about the remaining L2? L2, why your team is not talking? L2, I must get an answer. Kavita Computers, why are you quiet? Vaishali, why are you quiet? Quick, I want next 5 minutes. I want the teams to be in place. Give them 5 minutes, Anil.
Yes.
I want all the 12. Otherwise, it's very simple, Anil. Mark them 0 and this year star race, they're gone. They're out of the star race. Very clear. Very simple calculation. Okay?
Yes.
Give them 5 minutes and take them off from the star race.
Yes, you all heard that, right? Okay, only this Vajida, you still need a partner. You're from which center? Can someone help Vajida? Find a partner.
System Raichur, sir.
Okay.
System only, sir. So she's attending online.
Okay. Okay, so we have one more.
Which is the one which has come, Anil?
Ijaz and Pushpa from Kyonik Subli about healthcare.
Okay, Kyonik KTC Hubli. Okay. Yeah. Remaining, I think, still 6 to come. So I think they don't want to be part of the star this month. They're giving a walkover, it seems, the way things are going, as far as your star is concerned. I'm shocked. Kavita is one of them. Bidar is one of them. It's shocking. Those L2 have to answer.
Okay, we only have 6 teams and we have another 5 minutes to go for preparation and then we'll get started. Okay. I hope the others are already preparing. The ones who've given their names, they are deep in preparation. Okay, I can see that in some of the centers.
Anil, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm there.
So Anil, you can start now. Please don't wait. I think they are not prepared. Their L2 will have to answer on Thursday. Finally,
Yeah,
Anil,
no,
how
I
many
gave them
teams?
time till 4. I mean, team 1, they can start at 4:40, but yeah, I mean, I guess we
Yeah.
can start.
So
Are you
now,
ready,
Anil,
team 1?
finally, how many teams you have got from?
I have got
franchisees?
6 teams.
6 teams. That means 7 franchisees have not opted. We will talk to them offline. Don't worry. Carry on, Anil, with your.
All right. Yeah. So, Muskan and Halima, are you ready? Can we start? Okay, I have one more. There are 2 more teams. Jyoti and Dharmarao from Kavita Computers.
So they have chosen one topic from what they have learned. They are going to talk about from the topics which other experts have. So
no, they are going for role play.
Role. Now they are going for. We were supposed to do role play, so it's so
okay, so we have 7 plus 8.
8. Okay, 8 teams are come. Very good.
Yeah. 8 teams, but 2 from Kavita Computers.
Okay, Kavita Computers already a star. I know.
Okay. Okay, so who I'm assuming will go in the sequence, or whoever is ready. Who's ready? At least I'll give a chance. Who is ready to start? Who wants to start first? Can you type in the chat box ready?
SH system.
Sorry?
SH systems.
Okay, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Muskan and Halima, you ready? Is it okay? Okay, so let's start. You can start. So before you start, just explain briefly what is your setup, what is the setup and how you have prepared. Briefly, very briefly, and then get started. Who's asking questions, who's answering the questions, and what is the situation? Explain that situation to me, like I explained to you, right, in the beginning. Please explain that situation to me. Okay?
Yes, sir. I am Halima Sadia. I am an interviewee. She is. I am Muskan sir. I am asking the question and Halima answering the questions.
Okay.
Role.
Okay, but what is
highlight the technology.
Yeah, but what is the scenario? Which company are you from? And I mean, what have you assumed? What is the company doing, and what is that is a preparation that person who's asking questions also needs to do, no? You're not randomly asking questions.
We are asking about what are the projects she has done.
Correct. So then you have to assume that you are a company who's working in that particular area. You're talking about which topic, which technology, by the way? IoT and drones. Okay, so that means to say you who's asking the question will be representing the company which is making some products or some solutions. They're coming up with some solutions in that space of IoT and drones, and that is why you are asking those questions to the candidate who's come to appear for the interview of applying for a position in your company, right? Am I right? So accordingly, you have to play. So that is the role play. You're playing the role of a manager or whatever, professional from that organization. And she's a candidate who's come to appear for an interview. And now you're going to ask those questions accordingly. So all these instructions are for the other teams also. I'm not going to repeat all this every time. Okay. Yeah. All right, go ahead. I hope you're all preparing like that only. So please bear that in mind. Asking questions is not just randomly tell me about this technology. Okay, tell me about this. You have to prepare in a way which shows that you are representing that company. That is your preparation. Okay. Assume whatever you feel is correct. You can assume that. Okay, go ahead. SH system, Raicho.
Okay, Halima. Have you done any projects in IoT? Okay, yes, ma'am. Recently, in my Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
It is.
I have done assignment on drones, ma'am. That is, we had a team of 4 members. We did a drone on project on drone, which was a firefighting drone. Okay. Can you tell me about how exactly your firefighter drone can work? Yes, ma'am. The drone consists of thermal cameras as well as visual cameras. Okay. The main firefighting drone, the concept of it is like it will get to know if when there is a fire in a building, it will get to know where is the exact fire with those thermal cameras. It can detect where the fire is and where are the victims. All that can it will see that. Also, there is another technology our drone which we did in our college. It will use a fire ball to suppress the fire. Okay. Can you tell me what is fire suppression ball? Yes, ma'am. That is fire suppression ball is a polystyrene shell, of course. It will consist. It has a dry chemical in it, which will suppress the ball and suppress the fire in just 3 to 5 seconds. So it will help a lot in when it comes to drones. This is the technology which is mostly used nowadays. I have one question. How your drone will enter the buildings, like if it is a huge fire? How your drone will go inside? Is it heat resistant or temperature resistant? Something like that. Yes. The materials which are used in drones are heat resistant. Whatever it might be, the fire which blows wind. When there is a fire, there is also a wind. When there is rain, there will be wind. So it can resist everything. That is, it is a fire resistant, water resistant. The materials which are used in the drone which we use with fire resistant. Actually very helpful for the buildings, the long buildings in the smart cities and all. How it exactly enters the building? For example, if it is no space, how it enters the building, inside the building? You are telling about the fire suppressant ball. Whether it drop or launch the ball, it is the drone. It has 2 technologies. One is dropping and then the second one is launching. When we are about how launching is
Speak here.
It uses 2 technologies. That is, when a fire is in the balcony of a room, if it can't enter inside the room, the drone, if it can't enter inside the room, first it will drop. First it will launch so that the fire in the window on the window can be suppressed. After that, it will enter the room and then it will look out. That is the one who is assisting from down, operating the drone can see everything. He or she can monitor everything which is going on above, that is on that building, and the one who is operating will launch or drop according to whatever he is seeing, he or she is seeing. Your concept is good. With this drone, which is helping to fire, suppressing the fire and helps to detect exactly where the victims are. Yes. Can it also help the victims to guide them with the help of some like microphones or something? Yes, ma'am. Yes. We had the microphone. That is when we use a thermal camera or a visual camera. There is also a microphone in it, which is attached, so that the one who is operating can also that's what we can say, show the direction for the victims to exit that area, particular area. The one who is operating can speak and give orders, so that command, so that the victims who are inside the building can exit from that area. Okay, your project is good. We will discuss with our HR team or our higher team members and we'll let you know. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So I think it's a good attempt. Anyone, whoever has watched their this mock interview or this role play, what was your observation? How did you both do? How did you feel? How did you both feel doing this? What was your, learning, or how did you feel doing this?
Before this session, we have already done. I have done a role play. Like I was like bit of confident in answering, as well as we have done this assignments, drone assignment. So it was good for me to answer. Like I was, it was easy and informative.
Yeah, no, so by doing this role play, what value it has added to you? Has this been helpful, or how did this role play help you?
Like we are coming out of our comfort zone, like we are getting, yeah, that is fears. First thing is the stage fear is actually gone, completely gone for me. Like I'm able to talk freely.
Okay.
And second thing is we are again coming, like coming up with new ideas, whatever is going on in smart cities as well as wherever it might be. That is, we are coming up with new ideas. And the concepts will bring the knowledge around.
Okay. So, yeah, so while all your answers might not be completely technically correct and all of that, you're still feeling which, I mean, I'm okay. I mean, I think at least you're able to understand the topic and all that. But when you prepare, you will be much better prepared for the interview, and you're feeling confident and comfortable talking about these topics, isn't it? Instead of just talking about, programming and development and, doing something, giving irrelevant answers, you're feeling confident and comfortable about these topics, right? That's the idea. You're really able to relate technology with the solutions that are there in the world, right? So that's important. Okay, so who will go next? Who will be the next team? Which will be the next team? Thank you very much. Which will be the next team? So which will be the next team? Can I pick the team then? Who's ready? Sumanta and Sriram from Srishti Infotech. Are you ready? By the way, I have one question. I have one question to the previous group. Which was that previous group? SH System Raichur. SH System Raichur. Can you please come on screen? SH System Raichur. This boy in the blue shirt, you're also a student only, right? You are also a student only, right? In blue shirt, you. Yeah, I only see these two participating in the mock interview. Why didn't you participate? You should also participate, no? Next time. Yeah? Next time others should also participate, all right? Okay. All right, go to the next team, please. Yeah, Sriram and the other team, Sumanta and Sriram.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Is it the same? Sriram, I know you are also the same. Both of you are the same. You just changed the seats. This person has come here, that person has gone there now. Okay. All right. Okay, go ahead. Can you explain same thing? You have to explain to me the scenario, the situation. And I'm very happy with your the preparation. You look very well prepared. Okay, you are in a t-shirt, but you got a nice diary there, sitting there, and a laptop and all of that. Good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, good. What is this? Explain. Go ahead and explain this to me, and then you can start your.
So we are. I am talking about that extended reality. Like the candidate is interesting about in extended reality. On that field, I am asking question about that.
But why are you asking questions about that? What is your business? What is your business asking questions about that?
Because before he said that I am interested on that field.
No, he will say he's interested in some, agriculture also. Will you ask questions about agriculture?
No, sir, because it can help our industry. Because extended reality is an IT.
Yeah, no, what is the company you're representing? What is the, are you building solutions around that space? Explain to me about your company.
Without so, like our company is like about application. So the virtual reality can help our company.
What does your company do in virtual reality?
So like creating virtual events, virtual tours like that.
You do that, is it? Your company does all of that. So you have not prepared very well about your company. He might have prepared answers about technology, but I want the person who's asking questions also to prepare about the company. What is your company doing? You should be able to answer about your company, no? Okay. About that topic, you should know why that topic is relevant for your company. You're representing the company, no? You're the manager in the company, some professional in the company, executive. So you should know what your company is doing, isn't it? Yeah. So this goes for all the other teams also. If you don't know what your company is doing, how will you ask him the relevant questions? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So, Sriram, you told that you have interest in extended reality. So, can you tell that did you done any project on that?
Yes, sir. I have done one project. It was based on the extended reality. It uses virtual reality and augmented reality together. So it was mainly based on the industry, which is real estate. So we are building a solution for the real estate industry where the company, any company which are like building apartments and making infrastructure, they can give a personalized tool for their users. So the users can log into the site and take a virtual tour of their apartment. They don't have to go to the apartment physically. They can directly take an online tour. They can virtually using the VR headset, something like that. They can actually take a tour on how the apartment is looking. They can check the
Okay, what you do
Can we have the others on mute, please, while they are doing this interview?
first introduction.
Yeah, please go ahead, Srishti input.
So listen, the L2 is supposed to prepare everything based on the student. You might be having an interest on cybersecurity. If we have A2, play with Python. Ashwin is already preparing. There's a team which is preparing AI with Python. Take up all the PPT from them. They will give you the PPT. From the PPT, it is simple. You're an engineer. From the PPT, you back up data, you take it from them. No. So first, let us see what these 6 students are. Once that 6 students get me the PPT also. And we are going to teach them. I'm also an L2 with you. Why do you worry?
Okay, continue.
So we are building the extended reality solution using the virtual reality. The users can take a virtual tour. They don't have to take a physical tour, which will take cost efficient and they will waste their time. So they can simply sit at their home using a mobile phone, a VR headset, or a laptop. They can log into the site and they can view the entire apartment and they can actually experience it using the VR. And in that, we have also added a part where they can use the augmented reality and customize their own apartment. They can actually make any changes if they are like they can first take a trial using the VR. They can take a trial and see how the specifications are there, how what are the qualities of the materials that are used, how the room are looking good or not. They can see that. If they want any changes, they can later on use the augmented reality concept and they can customize their own houses or apartments. They can customize the things according to their needs using the augmented reality technology.
Yeah. So our company is like for finding some application, and we are working on some project. Is extended reality can help in other field also?
Yes, sir. Extended reality can actually help in other fields also. You can use it in the extended reality field, and you can also use it in other fields. Extended reality is actually a very good technology for the marketing also. It actually helps the marketing because if you like for the marketing, what the other companies do, what will all the companies do? They will like make physical events. So our company can replace the physical event with the virtual event. We can have virtual events and we can host the meeting, and the users can log in from their home. They can have a virtual experience. It will be a new experience for the users also, and we can overcome the shortcomings which are there in the physical event using the virtual event.
बच्चे तुम क्या आओगे?
There can be a like avatar. They
Sir,
can
what lunch?
avatar
नहीं
for each user. And
नहीं एक मिनट, तुम क्योनिक्स आओगे या?
सर देव सर सर म्यूट करो सर. Professor sir.
Yes, I'm muting. Just a minute.
Can we continue, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
So sir, we can actually do the virtual event where users can select a personalized avatar for them. It might be he or she, the user may be he or she. They can select a personalized avatar which will do all the things for them. Like it will start from the greeting when the user logs into the event. It will be like greeting them personally, and it can take a tour throughout the event, virtual event. It can be a personal experience, a personalized experience for the user. It can be a new experience. So in the physical event, there might be like some people who are guiding, go there, go here, but in the virtual event, we can place an avatar for each person, and they can guide them throughout the event. There can be money, fun, entertainment activities also, which all the users can actually.
Okay, I just wanted to pause you here. I just wanted to, first of all, both of you are not having any eye contact. He's just asked this question and he's just, looking somewhere else, assuming you will answer whatever, because it's anyway a role play. And you're also not looking into, I don't know, I think there's no eye contact. You both are not interacting. You're not doing the role play. Are you understanding? What is your name? Sumant, right? Blue shirt is Sumant, right? Dark blue shirt. Yeah. So did you understand what he's saying? Are you understanding what he's saying?
Yes, sir.
You're understanding? Okay, then it is good. But I had a feeling that in the role play, you just asked the question and then you've left it to him. Anyway, he's going to talk for 5 minutes and I don't have to do anything in that 5 minutes. So that's not the way. Okay, continue. And you both don't have any eye contact. You're answering, you're looking at some other direction and you're assuming that person is hearing Sriram. Were you looking at him while answering? Okay, I don't know. I mean, you should tell me because I don't know the setup there, but yeah, if you were, then it is fine. But I think you should actually have a good, I mean, I'm not saying stare at that person, but you should, communicate to that person, right? Whomever you are answering. Okay, go ahead.
So we can create a whole new experience for each user using the extended reality, and it can improve the marketing.
So you told that improving market. How can it improve?
So sir, as I have mentioned before, like there are physical events which attract 70% of the customers. So according to a survey, the 70% of the customers and the sales increase after the physical event are like it actually skyrocketed after the physical event. The users will have a great experience in the physical event. It will actually increase the sales also. So using the virtual event, it will be a new concept, and most of the companies in India are not doing that. And we will be the like newcomers. We will give our customers the first experience in the virtual event, and it will actually increase our sales.
So you told that our customers will have this virtual experience. So all the customers have the virtual experience, like they have. If they don't have VR headset, so that was some problem.
No, sir. Like there are top companies on Texas that are on 24 and all. you don't have to have a VR headset for it. You can also log in from your mobile phone. You can log in from a tablet, or you can use the desktop or a laptop. That's dependent on the user.
So thank you.
Thank you.
All right, you're done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what was your learning from this? How did you like doing this exercise, or did you not like doing this exercise? What value did it add to you?
Yes, sir. Like taking these role plays. Yeah, you pointed out that I was not.
No, I am not asking about role plays, how it helps. I'm not asking, my question is not how a role play helps. I'm asking you this particular role play on this particular topic, how did it help you?
How can
Off the places.
Anil,
Yes,
Anil, one thing what I have observed is that you must have seen the role play was not so engaging that the audience was glued to it. Like
Correct.
I started doing my work, I started doing something which so role play with a typical interviewer and interviewee, if I'm not mistaken. Now it was not seem like an interviewer or interviewee. I would definitely like to give them a first chance that this is the first experience, but the future role play should be very, very professional. Because what happened is maybe you gave them 5 to 10 minutes. See, IIMs and all, we have to understand where we are used to something about 40 to 50 role plays. So maybe it will be not of that level. But right now, what I feel is both were in a very artificial mode. He was not a company man and he was not an interviewer. They were made to sit in the hot seat. So they were blabbering something. My point is this has happened because they have not prepared the sessions. They have been doing sessions for the sake of doing sessions. So I feel one thing which is coming out very clear from these two role plays and which the L2 must take a note. The learning officers second level should take a note that they are teaching and they are learning. How much they are learning, we are not sure. So from this role play, it is coming out very clearly that they are taking it as one more session of a college. So Anil, kindly give them a differentiation between a college and a training center, which is not happening right now. Nevertheless, it's a first effort. I will give them some marks, but personally, I am not very happy with the way the interviewer and the interviewee is behaving. That is what is my observation. But I will always reserve your observation, which is more important because you are the expert.
Yeah, sir, I had also pointed that out in the middle of the interview itself. I was seeing no eye contact and, the interviewer was not prepared with the company and all. So that's the preparation they had to do. So I have pointed that out. And like you said, since it's the first attempt they're doing at this, so we'll give them some points, but going forward in this sequence itself and in future also, I think they should be.
What I would suggest is your future sessions, you team it up into role play and simulations only. This is my piece of request to you, because what I feel is you have already hit the weak area. Now what happened is other experts, they are giving them technology, they are giving them teaching processes, but right now, and they are doing the evaluations of the assignments also. Now I think you take up this role wherein you take up the simulation and role play and grind them badly. Don't worry about, you just grind them till they reach the, a perfection as per you, as per your evaluation. That's why I said this month, as well as last month evaluation, you evaluate giving these importance. And even in the month of September, you give more stress to role plays and simulation. Let me tell you, they have already learned about 15 to 16 technologies. Why they are not able to talk? A, they are not prepared. They've just taken it as one session. And neither the L2 is asking. L2 is busy completing the syllabus. See, the L2 has also come in the role of syllabus completion, which is typically our, how our teachers do in the college. They are busy completing syllabus. They don't know that they have to make them employable. So instead of completing the syllabus, they have to also work on the employability factor. So I would request the L2 who are sitting here that they should look into the employability factor. But Anil, you focus on this area only. I think this is a real weak area which they need to develop on. Thank you. Thank you, Anil. Carry on.
Sure. Thank you. Yeah, see, I think very rightly pointed out, right? All of you. So how many of you forget about me and sir there? The rest of the, centers, the students, did you find this role play engaging? Did you learn something new about whatever topic he was talking about. How many of you learned anything, or how many of you did not learn? Can you just type in the chat box? Let's be honest, there's nothing, it's all between us, right? So you want to type in the chat box, I learned something or I did not. How engaging did you find it? Let's see how the others will, how much interesting they found this role play. Can you give them a rating from 1 to 10? I mean, if I were to put it that way. So if you were to give them something between 1 to 10, how many marks would you give them? Okay, Kavita was first to give them, Kavita Computers, 5. What about the others? The other centers were not even listening, I guess. Now they'll all start giving around 5, 4. I don't know if they were listening. I'm going to ask you questions. Why this much? Okay. So your rating also has to be justified. Okay, Muskan is saying, Muskan, Chirag, 5. Okay. All right. Okay. So anyway, so the point is, it has to be engaging, right? I mean, I have to find it interesting. Like Sir was saying, he started doing his work. He was not interested to listen more. I would have really liked to know something new about that technology. If you really understood that in the session and, taken that back and studied some more, that passion is not coming out, right? So that's the observation. So anyway, so what did you feel, Shriram? What was your takeaway? Did you enjoy doing this? Sorry? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you enjoyed doing it. Okay.
Shriram, your face doesn't show that you have enjoyed. Your face shows, oh my God, where did this Anil and Professor has led us? We thought we have come here to learn something, mug up something, clear our exams and get a certificate. What is this guy putting me into role play and ordinary simulation? We heard it in the orientation, but that time we thought maybe it is just a talk, but it will really happen. That was not sure. And I think this is something which has shocked you. Now, let me tell you, we will do what we promise. If we have told you simulation, role play, all the 13 centers, be prepared. Today is the first day Anil has touched upon it. I have already requested Anil to use this in the month of September and make it more tough for you people, because that is what I am looking for. We are making a professional out of you. We are not making a student out of you. We are not making a student out of you. We're making a professional out of you. So you have to understand, it is going to be tougher. So it is better you fall in line and try to enjoy it. It is coming in your face. Both, I can understand Shriram under tension. Why should a person take an interview under a tension? He should be a person who will be giving tension. You have got a first time. Literally rip him apart. Rip him apart on the interview. You are so apologetic, as if you get an answer, it is good. If you don't answer also, it is good. Please leave aside your friendship now. You are a company manager playing a role, and he is an interviewee. So as a manager, I did not see the leadership quality, a person who is asking the question also. So I think, Anil, before we move forward, do you mind if we both play a role? Just to show them, because I think what you are going to get is, remaining 6, 7 will also be of the same standards. Maybe they really don't know what is the role of a manager and a role of a person who is giving an interview. So I think, although I'm taking a great risk, you are taking a great risk, suddenly I'm changing the rules of the games. I'm asking you to do something which neither you are prepared nor I am prepared. And I think so is their condition also today. Neither they were prepared nor we are prepared. So we will try to do some justice to show to them that how these role plays have to be done. So Anil, would you mind if we both play a role today?
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
Okay, great. So Anil, so the topic which I choose is, and which I was really very happy to read or learn, is one is on cyber security. That was one topic which was really very, very interesting to me. And the second topic which I really liked was the evaluation session of drones. Okay. So what would you like to choose from? Like, you are a company. I always put myself in a very bad hot seat, which is that interviewer. You will always rip me apart in doing that. So what I would suggest is that you, being a company, you can tell which company you come from or play a role of a company interviewer. And maybe I will try to do some justice as an interviewer, or vice versa. If you want, I can ask you questions, you can answer. I leave the topic to you. You being the expert of this session, you decide the rules of the games. I will not like to put the rules of the game to you. So you decide, and then we will, play the role for maybe for the next 5-10 minutes, and then your time will be over. Today, let us play the role, Anil, because I feel they are still not clear how to do a role play. So let them see how we play this role, so that from the next session when you do, I hope they are well prepared for it. And L2 also, please take a note that this is how you have to train them. See, please understand, if a student is rejected or a student fails, it is the failure on the part of the leader. And here the leader are L2, L3 and L4 and the franchisee head. Franchisee head I will not make as leaders because they are more busy facilitating, all the benefits and all that. So I will not rate them. Here I will rate L2 to L4. I think L2 and L4 has not done the duty. They have just done a duty of a teacher. They have not done a duty of a trainer. So I think you also please take a role. I hope all the L2s are there. Quickly, Abhilash, I can see. Saujanya, you are there?
Oh, we are here, sir.
Oh, you are there. Ashwin, you are there? As usual. Ashwin, you are there? Shweta, you are there?
Yes, sir, I am there.
Great, wonderful. I think
Yes, sir,
Gilji, you are
sir.
there? Altaf, you are there? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All of
Yes, sir, we are
great,
here.
great. Altaf, you are there? Great. So L2, please also take a note while me and Anil, for the next 10 minutes, that time which Anil has, we will like to play this role. Kindly take a note, and whichever L2 who are not there, please meet me on Thursday. Ashwin, you meet me on Thursday, offline. Okay. Anybody else who is not there? L2.
I'm there,
Because
sir. I'm there.
Ashwin, you are there. Very good, Ashwin.
Yeah, yes.
I know.
Yes.
I know, Ashwin, you are not well today. My apologies. Somebody told me that you are not well. So my apologies. If you are
Yes,
there
sir.
in your, when you are weak, I'm still appreciated.
No, I
Thank
was
you.
in bed, sir. Sorry, I could not
Okay,
reply.
very good. Ashwin, but I'm not happy with Shishti Infotech Kundapura. But anyway, we'll take it offline. Okay, great. So Anil, I'm ready. Now you quickly tell me what exactly is the whole role play all about, and let us play this role for their benefit. Let me see.
So yeah, I mean, I will not really, I think it's going to be not that difficult because I'll be asking questions.
Yeah,
so
yeah, that's why I have put myself in the hot seat. So kindly, between you and me, we both should make each other's life miserable. But anyway, chalo, let us.
So basically, we'll look at drones. So this is like, so I will just introduce myself. It's a company, it's a services company in the innovation space, and then we'll look at how we can, do drones. So maybe just a quick 10-minute role play, how to know about that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Saret, so we are basically a services company, and we actually work across different industries, right? We provide solutions to different, industries, retail, healthcare, and so on and so forth. And we're looking at how we can use this. We also have an innovation center where we bring out new innovations, and we were now toying with the idea of drones, right? And it's like the next big thing. So how I see that you've done some projects and you have some passion in that space, interest in that space. Can you tell us something about this technology?
Sure, sir. So first of all, it is an honor that I have come, I've been given an opportunity to come to this company and, give my presentation of this project, which I'm very passionate about, sir. Let me tell you, this project, when I was doing it with great passion. Now, sir, I would first tell you why it led me to take this project. Because people talk about products, people talk about manufacturing and all, but nobody talks about a logistics angle. But what I thought is that this project will help me to throw a light in the logistics angle. And when I say logistics, sir, basically I'm looking at a transportation factor. Now, whether it is a pharmaceutical or whether it is, any product today, right from courier service to everything, sir, we have the different types of drone weighing from a group of 5 kgs to maybe 150 kgs based on the requirement, which we can deliver. And deliver it is a must faster pace because see, sir, today what has happened, Swiggy and Zomato, they have their own team, but all said and done, whether it is a taluka or a district or a big, sector where we come from, today the traffics have become a major issue. So maybe I will cut time on the traffic of delivery. Second, my drones are going to be very effective in, maintaining and delivering the things on the right kind of piece. So that is one benefit which I'm looking into.
So,
And
but
as
tell
a
me
logistics
one thing,
angle,
Mr. Saret, how, so yeah, that's interesting. And I think that's quite a, those are the regular, benefits of drones. But what about how practical is it? There are issues of security and there are issues of, it's nice to say that it'll solve a lot of logistic problems and all of that, but how do you really make it practical and how easy is it to implement this
So
technology?
can you refurbish your question? By practical means what exactly is the angle you are looking for?
So yeah, so we all understand drones, you are saying you can use them for transporting and in the logistics space, but practical in the sense there are issues of security. They can't be how do you maneuver the passage, and what are the security issues related with that, and how
So I think to understand this, see, during the corona stage, this technology was used very, very effectively, because the reason being, there was a cap put on people flocking together, and the delivery stage, the delivery space was really getting very badly affected. So how the medical systems operated is they were, sending these, development, these what do you call it, all the pharmaceutical products, to the villages, to the talukas. And what these people did is there were zone operating areas. These are vans, which were stationed at various places, from where they were controlling the zone drones from the period of right from 2 kilometers to 5 kilometers, 2 kilometers to 5 kilometers. So I think, yes, you are right that there is a problem of the area, the distance. But sir, to be very honest with you, 5 to 10 kilometers space, if we see on a medical, area, will cover a huge lot of, area wherein there are a lot of high-rise buildings. And if we start giving this facility to them, it will really be a great aspect, because as such, most of the people in the medical space, what I found, they want the, systems to be delivered at home, especially the medicines and all. So I think one, in the medical space, it is gaining. Second is the food people, the packaged food areas. Right now, they are using the two-wheelers as the area, and during the time of, traffic zones being very, very heavy, maybe that is the time these drones are being used. Again, sir, we have to understand the area of operation should be 2 to 3 or maximum 5 kilometers. We cannot take an area of operation as 70 kilometers, as whole of Bangalore. Not possible. We have to take small pockets, like divide Bangalore into maybe 50 to 100 areas, small pocket areas, and establish these drones. And these drones are just serviceable drones. We won't be able to service, sir, I appreciate, we won't be able to service like right now with the, delivering refrigerators or air conditioners and all, because though, as I said, the maximum limit will be 100 to 150 kgs, which is obviously commercial drones. Commercial drones we are not into, we are into retail drones. Like you said, you are into the retail space. So when you are going into a retail space, maybe a retail drone will play a major role in your company. I would suggest, sir, try it out with a pilot of maybe 2 to 3 drones. See what exactly is the cost factor involved, how much you are spending on it in, giving this delivery area. And if you see that your cost factor is definitely better from the time of maybe cost and time both, do a cost time analysis. And when it works well, I think the practical question which you are seeing or you are thinking will be answered once you see, or once you physically see the project into the operative mode, rather than, we are talking right now. So maybe I'll be able to showcase you then. That is better.
So have you already worked on some projects, Mr. Saret? On
sir, we are basically looking at retail and medical right now. The two examples which I gave, we are basically looking at that, and we are also coming into the prototype stage. Right now, we were in the assignment stage where we developed the whole thing into the background. Now we are making a prototype in a pilot, and I will really appreciate and I will be honored, as I said, if your company allows us to make this prototype and drop it off, then we can always discuss in the long term, how we are going to work together as an outsourced partner to your company. If not an in-source partner, the choice is yours.
So can you elaborate on the prototype that you're working on
so
both medical?
Okay. Both for medical as well as for retail, sir. For medical means the drone is basically taken in as a box area where, you know, the box will be where all the medicines will be kept in the box. The angle of the drone will be such that it's a machine which is going to do all the activities right on the air up to maybe 20-25 feet, not more than that, and transport it from one place to the other place. That is the whole modus operandi of movement, sir.
Okay, and similarly for the other industry, you're saying, right?
Similarly for the other industry, right now we are looking at you know, small packet industry. We are not looking at those huge you know, drones which is used for the military purposes. We are not looking at that. We are looking at small packet, which is retail, medical systems, and to some extent even, sir, we are looking at some of the real estate people who want small tools to be transferred, you know, from one place to the other. That is what we are looking at.
Okay. Do you also see some other applications of drones other than just transporting and things like that?
Today, if you see, sir, drones are used everywhere. In the agricultural sector, if you see, drones are being used right from, you know, plowing, sending all the seed, you know, plowing, or you can say all the fertilizers being put in the field. Today, if you see, sir, it is a technology which is coming up in a big way. And India is a 70% agricultural economy. So I think this is going to be the next big thing, where the farmers, you know, especially in Punjab, Haryana, those who are affluent farmers, they've already started using these, you know, a technology for a crop rotation area, where, you know, what they're looking at, from a certain square feet area of a crop area, they develop into 3 to 4 farming areas, you know, so it multiplies their profit angle also. That is one big area which things are going to happen very soon, sir. This is what, to answer this question of yours.
So agriculture, right? Okay, you mentioned about agriculture and any other. What about
agriculture? I told about medical systems. I told about retail. I told about massive drones in defense. Then, you know, we are talking about maybe drones in future. You can say drones on you know, maneuvering the what you call it. I was talking about Europe. You know, when in Europe, some of the places there are drone maneuvered, you know, centers where they see the traffic control systems. So these are some things which might be a part of Indian technology very soon, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Sarit, for your answers. We will.
So I think, Anil, now
yes,
you can always ask them that how was the feeling. They can be very critical. They can frankly tell in the chat box, how did they take it? Was it engaging? I'll ask one by one the question. Was it engaging? Yes or no? Not because Professor and Anil was doing the role play. When we say engaging, was the topic engaging? Was the answer giving was engaging? Or was the question which Anil was asking was of an engaging nature? That is the first question. Were you glued to listen to this role play? That is something which is engaging. So I think you can quickly answer 20 seconds in the chat box. Yes, no, yes, no. That is what I want. And Anil, you can see what they're...
Yes. Yeah, please go ahead. You can give a honest, critical feedback. We are also happy to hear, but yeah, definitely.
If you say yes, you have to give reason. If you say no, you have to give reason. Either way. That will help me that whether you are saying simply for the sake of yes or no. Okay, everybody is saying yes. That is what I see here. Everybody is saying yes. Okay, then why are you saying yes? Is it engaging? Write down. Yes, somebody writes.
Follow-up questions were engaging.
Okay, very good. Yes, engaging, and the enthusiasm in the dialogue kept us good. Very good. Okay, what else? What else? Okay, did you see one thing? When Anil was asking me question, I was giving him an answer. Anil was always expanding the base. Anil was basically expanding the horizon. I was putting him into retail and you know, medical. But Anil really wanted to know whether I am knowing this technology which can be used in other areas or not. So he was constantly trying to understand about the futuristic technology. Now, let me tell you, this is one thing which your employer will always do. Your employer will always try to understand that, you know, how by taking you, he can expand the horizon of the work process. That you have to keep in mind. Always in this sort of a role play, interview role play, what you have to do is you have to expand the horizon of the work. And that is exactly what Anil was hitting at. That is, he was telling that, look, agriculture. He was talking about logistics. He was talking about medical system. He was talking about, you know, retail and the various areas in which this technology. I also gave him a feel of maybe European markets, how the traffic vigilance system works. we did not have time. Otherwise, he could have put me into, tell me more about the European market. So when you are talking about a geography horizon and the vertical horizon, that is where I think that is how you have to do the role play in future sessions with Anil. Why did we did this role play is just to show you this is going to be a clone area in which you have to work in future sessions. Am I clear? Anil, are you with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely.
I think. So Anil, you can take over. Tell them what exactly you want in the future role.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So, yeah, so you all understood, right? So basically, when we say role play, one is the person who's asking the questions. That person also has to prepare as though he or she is the manager or the owner of the company, the startup or a large company manager, whatever, right? That role that you're playing, you need to ask questions which are relevant for you as a company, and you need to lead to, you need to prepare those questions accordingly. And actually you will prepare, once you're asking those questions, you start thinking about next thing to ask also. So it's not like a list of 4 or 5 questions that you need to just randomly ask. So that preparation has to be there for the interviewer, and the interviewee obviously has to prepare with answers which are covering the breadth of that topic, right? And which shows that you are interested, knowledgeable, and enthusiastic about that particular technology or whatever area that you have chosen for. So I think since it was the first attempt today, especially in these topics, next time you will need to prepare like this. You still have time to prepare also. So you already have chosen your teams. Please do that and come. And any questions, please ask now. You have any questions? Something
Anil,
is clear?
when next time when they come prepared, I want all the 13 teams, 13 franchisees to be dividing into teams and come prepared. That is what I would request in your next session. So you have 13 role plays of maybe 2 to 5 minutes each.
Yes.
So that is better. In one shot, you can finish the role. Maybe whichever is your next day as per your comfort level.
Yes, 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 yes. All right. Anyone has any question? It's not clear. Whatever. If they are not clear about this role play, you can ask your question now, not later. If you're not clear, you can ask this question now. Okay. Otherwise, we'll assume you understood what needs to be done. Okay. All right. So who wants to quickly list the names, or else I'll do that. So I already have the names of the teams. So I'm assuming it will be the same teams for the next time. But of course, if you have any additional teams, you can always.
Okay, Anil.
Yes, sir.
He has asked one question. What about, somebody has asked Shishti Infotech to everyone?
That is
what about
Shri
eye
Ram.
contact, sir?
Shri Ram.
So eye contact was very clear. I was looking at Anil. Anil was looking at me when we both were talking. We were not looking at other side. Although we were in the hybrid model where Anil was in the computer and I was on the other side of the computer, but our eye contact was not wavering here and there. This is as per me answer to this question, until unless Anil wants to differ, Anil wants to add on to it.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly right. So the point, I think, because I brought it up in that when you both were doing the role play, Sriram and Suman, you both were not even looking at each other. I felt you were not looking at the communication was not happening, right? He was not thinking about your answers, and you were not thinking about what he's going to ask next, or you're not planning your conversation. So that is, eye contact will happen naturally when the conversation is engaging, right? So that's what we meant. All right. So if there aren't any further questions, we're going to end the session today. And you all need to prepare for the next session. You know what you need to prepare for. So we will not repeat the protocol for preparation, the next time when we come.
And
so,
those four teams who have not given the name to Anil, please give a name next time. I want all the 13 teams to participate in this. We have started the role play, and next he is going to start simulations. So please understand, Anil is taking charge of role play and simulations, while other experts have their own area, domain of experience. I think this is the domain which Anil prophesizes on, and I would request Anil to really make a professionalism out of you. But until unless you people want to become a professional, then only he can help you. If you want to continue as a student, as one more certificate, Anil won't be able to help you. Okay? So please take it sportingly. We have done a role play, both of us, just to give you a feel that you should work on these lines. You should excel. This is just the base level me and Anil gave you. You should excel. You should really bring that awe factor inside. And L2, you play a major role in seeing that the students are proficient in that. Because let me tell you one thing. I'm not going to blame the students. Students are still students. It's the L2 and the L3 who are to be blamed if the students don't perform in a center. So please, thank you very much, Anil, for your time today and giving up this, bringing out this area. I wanted to start it in September, but good that you start in the end of August. Anil, if you can rate them by today evening or tomorrow, then on 1st I will declare star of the month for the month of August. Based on your
Sure.
Okay. Thank you very much, Anil. It was an honor talking to you.
Thank you. Honor talking to you as well, sir. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Yeah. You all have a good day. Yeah.
Sir, same to you, sir. Happy Ganesh Chaturthi, sir.
Yeah, I wish you all happy festival day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Stop recording. Cancel. Either.